school. This is the Bearcat Bulletin for this week. We're trying to incorporate technology, maybe a flipped classroom type of scenario. I do respect the integrity and the necessity for the written text and literacy and the implications that technology of this form can have on that. But I wanted to try something different and go with a different format. This is the third entry in the culture and climate data that we received back from the Bethune Institute during their survey. Before we get into that, I do want to thank the staff for their participation with the TEL survey. Thank you. That was a big deal for us. And want to go over this week's schedule. We didn't have anything after school on Monday. We do have team leader meetings today. I've got a principals meeting tomorrow morning. I'll be off campus tomorrow morning for the district-wide principals meeting. We have a faculty meeting after school. The agenda will be updated and available on your Outlook calendar. You can print that out. Basically, we're going to receive our formal lockdown procedure training from law enforcement tomorrow. That's why we had to push it back to Wednesday, because that's when they were available. Couldn't come out any other time. We do have a track meet on Thursday. And Friday, the weather's going to be nice. I think we are all set after our duties are done. Guys, I want to remind you that we do need to be updating our grade book. We're having difficult conversations with parents, especially the 8th grade parents, about failures. And I want to have the grade books up to date as much as possible. The first report from the Bearcat Bulletin, and if I can remind you, they told us what a great job we did, and there were several things that stood out. I know you guys all had a chance to read that report, but I want to reiterate that 83% of us feel that Bryan Station is a supportive place to work. 84% of the students report that there is at least one adult they can speak to if they have a problem, and probably more than that, more than one adult, which is phenomenal. 84% of the students feel that they can get extra help if they need to. 78% of the students believe that the principal and the staff really do care about them. And that's the first thing we wanted to do. We wanted to be student friendly and focus on positive relationships. So that survey says that we are doing just that. The second Bearcat Bulletin kind of highlighted what the range of scores were. 4s and 5s are good. 3s and 4s are average. 1s and 2s were below average. It also talked about which areas they're focusing on as far as subgroups. And what I want to show you now, lastly, are how we actually scored. I'm going to put this document in front of the camera and talk about each area just a little bit and show you how we actually did. So the first one is our school climate culture gap scores, and the red is Bryan Station, and the green represents our gap, and the blue represents where we want to be at, the highest score possible. The equity culture competency was along with the academic environment, were our lowest scores on this. We are in what would be a lower rating. Mostly the other scores were average. Getting more specific with dimension number 1, we have 4 4s, actually 5 4s and a 3. So we did pretty good with culture, learning, organizational culture. Climate and physical environment is the second dimension. We got a couple 3s and a couple 4s. So again, I believe what they think of us is we are a school in transition. We're working to improve. We're in the average rating, and we have we're trending in a positive direction. Dimension 3, we received a 2 in supportive student relationships. It's an area of growth. It's an area that we're going to focus on. We want to really keep working on the student relationships. A couple 3s and some 4s. Dimension 4 is the academic, teaching, learning environment. Incorporation of cultures, an area of growth, varied. Curriculum instruction is another area of growth, and we have a few other 3s in that area. This is based on all the data that they collected the time they were here. Not bad. Could be better. Definitely could be worse. Dimension 5, equity, cultural competency. Here we do have a 1, and that's the program equity and discipline. We need to work together to really focus on our discipline. They took our discipline data and looked at our discipline data, and basically there is a disparity between the ethnic groups that are being referred to the office and sent to SAFE and getting referrals. We understand that. We know what those are, and we're working to develop PDs and develop ways to improve amongst the administrative team as well as the faculty. At this time, I'm going to sign off, and I want to thank you for your time looking at the video. This is Bearcat Bulletin number 32.